I thought of this funny little line that if Divine Openings were an airline, our motto would be, give us your baggage and we will lose it. We promise. That's our pledge. We will lose your baggage. Now, if you go looking for it, that ain't my fault, okay? If you want to go back and find it again, feel free. But most of the time you can't find it, which is when we've really succeeded. It's so lost. It's so gone.
I'm very analytical, so I went for law school and then I went for business school. And last year I discovered you, same thing on the internet. I ordered your book right away. I started reading it. And I just want to, to me it was just amazing because I always believed that things need a lot of action and a lot of work. And life is not easy and life is supposed to be, you're supposed to struggle to get success. And with you it was totally the opposite thing, right? And I just fell into it completely. And when I ordered the book, I was at a very low point because I wanted to leave my husband, but at the same time I didn't have a job and I was stuck. Basically, I felt trapped. So I read the book, and after I read 3 pages, I just fell asleep. And I had this amazing dream where I was in a restaurant, and I started purging this white stuff. And I asked somebody, I was like, what is happening to me? What did you guys give me? And somebody came to me, and they said, just know that whatever we gave you, it was the perfect thing. And I woke up, and I swear to God, 2 hours later, a recruiter called me, and I got the most amazing job that totally changed my life in this past year. I was able to move alone. I had a very good salary. I was able to start my business. I'm, life coaching and everything. So it's been absolutely amazing.
That's wonderful. I love it. So yeah. Judy's putting some of that stuff in lunch, right?
Yeah. So really amazing. I don't know what it is, but it's magic.
I'm Harold. I'm from Bentonia, Mississippi.
We'll keep the lights on for you. Sorry, you can cut that
I introduced to Divine Openings. I had this little annoying thing pop up on my computer. It wouldn't go away one day. And then, so I kind of looked at it, I went, and I put it on favorites, and it just kept coming back. And so I ordered the book one day. It kind of started making sense and everything. So as soon as I read that you could quit doing all that stuff, clearing yourself and working on yourself and all this, I was right then and there, I just quit. And it's been great. I'll wake up in the morning and I go, I don't have to do anything. I can just sit here and just, and I guess somehow, some way, when I was a little kid, it's just it's like I fell asleep, and all these years I realized I've been asleep, and I don't know what's going on. And then I guess my whole thing about coming here is I just want to wake up again to whatever it is I'm supposed to wake up to. It's real simple, So, and my experiences with Divine Openings, it's just been slow and smooth and steady and nothing real flashy, and I really don't notice it that much getting better, but I'll look back a month or two back and I go, oh yeah, that would have bothered me back then, but now things just don't bother me, and so the next thing I know, here I am.
Say that since Divine Openings, my life has completely opened up. And opened up so much, I think I got a little scared. I just have such a completely different life in every way. Thank you, President.
Yes. Thanks for letting it in.
Yeah, and I want to let it all. And now I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
clear it out. I want it all. Yeah, I do.
Kathleen got a painting grant.
Oh, yeah. And I actually sculpt. I'm doing sculpt. I was painting, but it's turned into sculpture, and and everything just opened up so much. As I've always been an artist, but it's always been on the side and doing other things related. And I mean, boom, just got this residency at Brandeis and started sculpting. And now it's even opening up more.
November, and I bought the book, and after a couple of chapters it was clear that I would be here. It was kind of that simple. And mainly around, for this to be the last hurdle, you know, the last, the no more seeking after this. And with that, then, you know, all the other resistance and dropping everything else I think I know, and, you know, almost every, you know, I mean, you say it over and over again anyway, so. And from there, you know, it's also become obvious to me that when, the other part of your book really, is that when people are talking about creating the life they want, we're always trying to do it from the small self, and therefore
Yes.
that's why it's so much effort, and we got to do all this technique and that, and when I understood that the large self part is the prerequisite to all of that, and I'm like, great, yes, I can do that. Pipes open, chunk, and then we'll go from there.
Something was guiding me or whatever. Anyway, so I was on there and I'm like, oh yeah, this is just another whatever, you know, spiritual thing. That's what I was thinking. And then I must have done an online session with you or something, and then a couple of weeks later, like, stuff just weirdly started to happen. And
my marriage was going through ups and downs and all arounds, and I came out of that where I stopped changing him, and he got better, and we got better, and we're in a really, the best place we've ever been before, which is lovely.
Even though I've been like in major struggle mode, I noticed certain things just changed drastically. Like I'd be doing the same things in my music and in my business that I run, but the results just showed up completely differently, and it just baffles me because like money keeps pouring in my life, and I'm not used to that amount of it. Which, you know, the only thing the only explanation is that grace, you know, it does it. And me and her had a little project in preparation for this. We call it the 40-day brain retrain, where we would be accountable to each other, and there were certain things we would have to do, like we would have to do like 10 minutes of gratitude rapture in the morning and at night, and 15-minute meditation, and then we would have penalties of $5.
So it's more money than for
but it worked really well because, you know, as you know, I've sent you a bunch of emails and I've had a lot of resistance. And everything was great. All these miracles kept pouring in. And then I went home for Christmas and I stayed with my mom for like 2 weeks. And I sort of got sucked into this vortex that I always get sucked into. She's a great person and all, but, you know, I turned into my 14-year-old self.
Another one with Togo, whose journey I've enjoyed playing along with for quite a while, and I've joked with him before that when he does things, he does them dramatically. You know, so when he gets into resistance, it's like a Hollywood production, and then when he gets into success, it's like a Hollywood production.
I'm a retired scientist also, and I have had a lot of discoveries. And even though I wasn't spiritual, every time they asked me, how come that you found this? I was working the research on the brain and vision. I said it was divine inspiration. I met Lola a few years ago, and I have always loved her so much. And I read her book, and I watched videos. I think we had a private session. I have a long life, and I'm 78, going on 79, and a lot of traumas in my life. However, for several years now, most of the time I am in higher consciousness, in awakened states, and I have no suffering, no fear at all. I allow everything just happen, so everything's fine in my life. However, I'm not satisfied in loving and accepting myself completely. My heart is not fully open. I see everything, I know everything, and everything is great in my life, really. The two things I push aside is exercising and meditating, although I do meditate a lot in pieces all day long, but really I just don't give time to that. And my body, exercising. So I want to be more complete. I want to love myself more, and I want to love others more. I want opening of some parts open, but my heart hasn't fully flowered.
Oh, and so you have something so wonderful to do next.
Yes, I'm ready for the next step.
Yes! That's right! Yes!
Lola asked us to write a whole list of dreams, and I wrote them all down, and a lot of them seemed totally impossible at the time, and most of them have come true. So I overcame a 15-year illness, got out of personal debt. Many of my wildest travel dreams have come true. Manifested a little baby without even having to get pregnant. Yeah. So, yeah, many things have been, things are just much more wonderful now.
This last year has really been, for me, mastering this art of letting go. And I realized it was because consciously I needed to know and trust, like, who am I letting go to? Like, what, you know, what is this that I'm letting go to? So my whole notion of the presence, the source, what that is, really needed to rearrange this entire year. So the veils are being removed, and life has definitely shifted, sometimes uncomfortably, and but it still is good. It feels good. I'm not sure why I'm back. I was drawn to come back, and my intention is really just a deepening and continuing of this trust that keeps building with the presence, and letting that kind of radiate out into my life. I'm very excited. I can hardly speak because I'm kind of zoning out already since I've been here. So it's the presence is just, this energy is very strong and it's palpable, and I'm very excited. Thank you.
Good to see you again.